Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Starfield, where today we are still here at New Homestead, as I'm wanting to learn more about this area, as I've quite enjoyed the more lore-based aspect of this locale. It certainly hasn't had the most exciting or interesting of quests, certainly nothing too grandiose, but I've very much enjoyed getting the little bits and pieces of why New Homestead exists, what it is, the different kind of culture it has here. I quite enjoy that because so far, the majority of the quests we've done, barring a couple early game ones we did, have all been, you know, larger, overarching storylines for the major factions. So I like seeing these smaller stories, and the whole idea of this kind of being like space Amish amuses me. So yes, I want to be here and learn a little bit more about them, just for today though, because, well, there's not much left here to do. We've done all the quests. I mean, we haven't finished the monster stuff with the good doctor here. We do need to do it 2 more times, which we'll do on camera today. There is also, from what I looked up online, that one dude in the museum, he does in fact give a tour. And there's a couple of other people that we can talk to get a bit more info about New Homestead and a bit more about its history, etc. And so I want to try and do all of that today, and then we'll be back out into the wider universe to do other things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I very much have enjoyed this different and more unique little culture here at New Homestead that we haven't seen in like the the United Colonies and whatnot. So let's talk to the doc first. I did sleep because we did need to move time forward a bit before we could do the monster scaring quest again. But let's have a little chat.
How many off-worlders think hiking the surface of
Don't care, doctor. What about the monster stuff?
But a lot of thrill seekers end up in my office.
Yeah, I know. You've mentioned that before.
I saw another group of tourists making their way outdoors.
Did you now?
For scaring. Want to help me out again?
Of course I do, because I want the suit. I can help you scare away the tourist again if you'd like.
Okay. Why not? We don't want to let these monster sightings go too few and far between. We're bound to see results soon.
Are we, though? Are we?
You ready to put on the monster costume and go scare them right now?
I mean, yes. Ooh, we do have a thing. Do you really think this is helping? It's not. It's not gonna. And if anything, it'll probably draw more tourists.
I can't argue with the results. Tourist accidents have been down since we started doing this. So, yes?
I like the questioning on that, but also, she didn't say tourist numbers are down, just the accidents. So maybe the monsters are making them more cautious? So in a way, it is still helping her out with her overall plan of being able to see her patients rather than tourist patients. But, okay, let's do it.
I think it might be worth trying. Good luck out there.
All right, will do. Thank you. Thank you. It's such a weird quest. Love it, though. All right, switch over to it. Tourists go home, then put back on the monster costume. God, it's so weird, but I love it. I like it. It's strange, but it's grown on me, certainly. Can't wait to display that in my home. Okay, we'll put that on a suit rack, I assume, or a mannequin. It should fit, I think. All right, so we are going up. I hit the rail. Let us go this way. Oh yeah, I forgot there's a store. We should check that out too before we leave things today. But yeah, there's the Maurice guy, I think, that we still have left to talk to. There's someone in that one, like, living space area we haven't talked to yet, but they're just a story element. They don't have a quest, I don't think. According to the wiki, at least. And then there's someone in the mines. We haven't gone down to the mines, but again, they're just a talking character. But still, I want to hear more about this place. Frankly, like I said, everything we've been doing up to this point that we've learned things lore-wise has been, oh my god, were they just outside? Did it already work? They must have been just outside. Wow, okay, that triggered. I heard the tourist yelling, and then our waypoint changed. Quickest, easiest quest ever. But it's like I was saying, while we go back to the good doctor, so far, lore-wise, everything we've been doing has been a part of the more larger faction-based things. So we haven't got a lot of small stories. The only major one I can think about so far, which was one of my favorite quests, I don't remember the name of it, but it was the one we helped those homesteaders with the spacers early on. We found it when we were on our way to the Mantis stuff. And I really liked that because we learned about the, independent homesteaders that are out there. We learned more about the spacers. It was a fun, nifty little story. So yeah, I've been very much enjoying learning the smaller story of New Homestead here. So yo, Doc, I scared off some tourists, technically. I mean, technically. But yeah, sure.
I'll bet they won't be coming back anytime soon.
I mean, again.
Thank you. With any luck, I'll be able to give more attention to my regular patients now.
Wonderful.
Come back in a few days to do this for me again.
Oh god, a few days this time?
Yours. All right?
Okay. Well, we'll sleep through that. All right, cool. Got it. And I need to put my stuff back on. There we go. There we go. And there we go. All right. To the talking bits. I'm sure it'll be the most entertaining thing for you guys. Since we're already down here, I want to go check out I guess it is storage. People seem to be living in here, though. Where was the named person I saw earlier?
All foreigners always ask how I can live here.
Normal citizen.
I wonder how they can live anywhere else.
Oh.
Must be nice to be able to afford to travel, huh?
I mean, it's not bad. Hi, Adrian. How are you? Let's chat. I want to learn about you.
You don't really want to talk to me.
I mean, I do, though.
I'm just a nobody from the crates.
The crates?
Besides, I'm not really good at talking to tourists about New Homestead.
Uh-huh.
If you're really interested in our history, talk to Maurice.
I plan to.
He's a lot better at that than I am.
Got it. But, I'm not sure I'm equipped to deal with whatever you've got going on. I mean, that's funny, but no, I want to chat. Maybe I'll go find Maurice then. No, please don't say that. I'm sure you're not a nobody. You know what? She seems down. Let's give her a little boost. Yeah, I'm sure you're not a nobody.
I feel like it sometimes.
Uh-huh.
I don't have many friends, and I'm struggling to stay in my undergrad program.
There's an undergrad
program
here?
It feels like I'm never going to get out of here and make a name for myself. Anyway, if we're going to talk, maybe we should talk about something else.
I mean, fair. I'm intrigued. There's an undergrad program here. Where's your guy? I mean, maybe distance learning. So you're having trouble with your studies, huh?
Okay, well, no. Not the studies specifically. Like, I get good grades when I'm able to apply myself. But I'm poor.
Ah.
I just don't have the kind of money to be a full-time student and support myself.
Got it.
Even living in the cheap-ass crates. I keep having to take odd jobs just to put food on my plate. And when I do, my grades suffer. I just feel like I'll be stuck in a rut forever.
Got it. Oh, God, we could just give her money. Holy crap, 20,000? Oh, no. You can be successful without finishing school. You may just need to get out of New Homestead. And that's too bad. Maybe you'll be able to afford it all someday. Oh, I don't like any of these. We're kind of a greedy character. We do things for the money. 20 grand? Ugh. I mean... they all suck. I don't like any of them. You know what? Yeah, maybe you just need to get off New Homestead.
Really? I thought it was the only way. I remember my parents telling me that when they were still around. But maybe you're right. I guess I can put my studies on hold, at least until I get enough credits saved up to live on. I can always return to my studies then. Maybe part of the reason I feel I've been stuck in a rut is because I push myself too hard. Thanks for the advice. It helped.
I don't know if I helped her or what, but hey, you mentioned something about the crates.
Can I go now?
No, you can't. You mentioned something about the crates. What's that?
The crates are what we call the living quarters for the poor people.
Wait, really?
Like me. They're made from old shipping containers. We have to make do with the space we have here.
I mean, that's
They're comfortable enough, I guess. And no one on Titan is well off to begin with, but you can tell that people look down on us, especially some of the tourists.
Yeah, tourists are dicks, so I wouldn't put too much into that. But hey, what do you do here in New Homestead?
Well, I'm trying to finish up my undergrad schooling, actually. I want to be a physicist like my grandmother.
Oh, cool.
Then, who knows what. But I also do some odd jobs here or there for money. Sometimes I help Jay out at his shop, and he gives me stuff in return.
Neat.
Sometimes I help Anya clean up at the Brown Horse when she's short-staffed. That sort of thing.
Got it, got it. So how do you feel about being about your home being a tourist destination?
It's not as bad as you'd think. I like talking to off-worlders,
Wait, what?
especially people my age. It gives me ideas for what I want to do when I'm done with school.
Didn't you say
Because,
you didn't talk with them much, though?
honestly, I'm not sure I want to stay here. It'll always be my home, but as soon as I can afford to, I'd love to explore my options.
You know, I'm kind of curious if you gave her the money, if we might meet her somewhere later on in the game or something like that. Too bad I'm not going to give her cash because, no, that's not our character. But all right, thank you. The most important thing for me with learning about the lore
Thanks for
here
stopping by to talk.
was learning about the crates. Which, honestly, I think I'd rather live in the crates than the other place people live in here. Because the sweet, big old air quotes, are these over here.
Lots of history here.
I mean, sure, the room is big, but you're sharing it with 6 people. And yeah, maybe you got a bigger table, but over in the crates, you actually have privacy. Sure, you're living in a storage container, but they're individual rooms. You actually have privacy. I think I'd rather live in this than the suites. Yeah, look at that. They all got their little private things.
Hi there.
Yeah,
Always
all
nice seeing a new
individual.
face.
This one's actually not too bad. This guy's decorated up with a succulent and everything. Nice. Yeah, I'd rather live down here. Neat. All right, well, let us head on up.
I just so much energy. I want to run around.
Oh. Oh, let's never talk to that child again. Let's go check out the shop. Then we'll talk to Maurice. Then do the, I think we'll then go to the mines, then the tour.
People actually live like this.
So, yo, Jay,
Hi
what's
there.
up?
Welcome to my little shop. Well, hello there, and welcome to my little shop.
Now, you said that
Are
already.
you visiting New Homestead for the first time?
You know, I am. Yeah, it's my first time here.
Oh, nice. You know, it's always such a pleasure to meet people from other worlds. Or just space. I don't judge. I'm Jay. I'm happy to help you find what you're looking to buy or take a look at whatever you want to sell. Trades of all kinds are welcome here.
Got it.
Or if you have any questions for me about the shop, the merchandise, or even just New Homestead in general, I'm happy to help you.
I would like to talk about the latter option there. Yeah, what sort of things you trade? What you looking for?
Glad you asked. I'm looking for all sorts of things. Anything, really. Clothing, weapons, jewelry, even stuff they'd consider junk. You name it.
Got it.
We don't get a lot of off-world stock, so I offer to buy things from travelers. Anything they're willing to part with.
Okay,
Between
okay.
you and me, people around here talk a lot about tradition and whatnot, but even they get curious about what other worlds have to offer.
Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. So, what do you think of all the tourists who come to visit New Homestead?
I love them. Most of us in New Homestead appreciate what tourism does for our economic livelihood, so we go out of our way to make guests feel welcome.
Okay.
Some are indifferent about it, while a few others, I won't name names, are downright resentful of all the tourists and would
doctor.
prefer to be left alone. But that being said, I believe our generally friendly demeanor is a large part of what drives people to keep coming back.
Well, do you sell any souvenirs or anything like that?
We used to, but not anymore.
Dang it.
Believe it or not, the new Homestead Tourism Board decided a while back to do away with souvenirs.
Well, that's just dumb.
We don't really have the resources or facilities to make them here ourselves, and it was decided that anything less than that would seem exploitive of our people and inauthentic. The only thing we have are these souvenir slates about the history of New Homestead.
Oh.
Tell you what, I've got an extra one here that another guest left behind a while back. You can have it.
Oh, sweet, thanks. I'll take it. Hey, what else you selling though, buddy?
Sure thing. I'm also interested in buying if you have anything for sale.
I mean, I don't right now, but I'm intrigued what you have. Navigator suit, yeah, normal. Space trucker pack. Mining helmets and trucker helmets. I don't think we have one of you. Still, though, don't care. Normal stuff we've seen plenty of. Yeah. Any phone notes? Chunks Employee Handbook. I don't think I've read that. Huh. Yoink. You know what? I probably do have that. It's probably sitting in my safe back at the lodge. Resources, pretty usual things here. Fair. I don't think I need anything from in here right now. Miscellaneous. A blender base. Nice. Canteen. Oh, are the coffee mugs unique or interesting? We put the S in mast. Huh? I don't... What's MAST stand for again? I don't remember. Oh, it's science. It's science. Okay, I think it's science. Maybe? Was it? I don't remember. I'm a House Varun spy. Shush. Okay, that one's kind of funny. Digipix. Friend will be lovely. Oh, multiple colors of them. I forgot they come in multiple colors. I think I only have the green one. Open container. Glorious succulents. Nothing else I really care for. Alright, fair. Well, thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. I will look at that slate. I'll probably read it properly off cam, but at least take a look at it here. First off, Chunks Employee Handbook. Ha 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 ha. Yes. Not much there, though. Wish there was more. I was about to close it down, and then I saw this sentence. It's actually scientifically impossible for the customer to be right. Oh, yes, it's all about how the customer's always right is wrong. Oh, awesome. You know, I agree. Customers are usually stupid. I've never liked the customers. I mean, I understand the sentiment behind it, but it's... I've always hated that saying. But nice. New Homestead, a living history. Ooh, got a lot of things here. So, Song, Cradle of Humanity, Titan Astro Base, a new home and old history, and sights to behold. I mean, besides, yeah, the icy peaks. Oh, and the UC's most valued methane processing plant. Ooh, what a sight. And then, yeah, the longest running establishment after Earth, the Brown Horse Tavern. That's actually pretty... I quite like that. That's a pretty neat thing. With Earth gone, yeah. The oldest still operating restaurant is on Titan. I find that funny and wonderful. A nice little bit of world building. Neat. Alright, there's someone in the mine to talk to, and then we'll come back this way. Go, 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 go. We actually haven't been back here, so... Yoink! Alright, we're probably gonna need a light in here, aren't we? There we go, and we got ourselves an industrial workbench. What do we got? Let's use our scanner. We got people. We got a citizen. There's the person we need, Claudio Amsterdam. You know what? I haven't actually scanned anything on this planet, have I? There we go. We now know about water. Alright, the other person's just normal citizens here. He's zapping just straight water. Cool. Yo, Claudio, what's up, man? Hi. Let's talk. I want to know about you. He's backlit real
Well, the tourists come
interestingly.
to learn about the ice mines, huh?
Yep, pretty much, Claudio.
It's dangerous in the ice mines. I'd much rather answer your questions than have you going off to explore on your own.
You know, fair. So, ice mines, why do you need to mine ice? I mean, well, water, air, etc. I would assume.
For drinking water.
Exactly.
And we use some of it to produce this air you're breathing.
Like I said, yeah.
We recycle a lot of what we use, but we still need a nice, steady supply of fresh water. Lucky for us, Titan provides.
So, why don't you have robots or other machines do the work?
For one, New Homestead is not a wealthy colony.
Fair.
But we also pride ourselves on doing things the old ways. It's part of the living history, they say.
Got it.
We don't mind. We work hard here, and it's very rewarding.
Okay. So, what's so dangerous about the ice mines? I mean, besides it being a mine, and those are inherently dangerous, but, click.
I'm surprised I still get this question. It's slippery, it's sharp, it can break, it can cave in. Those are just the obvious examples.
Oh, yeah.
Titan is also full of methane, which can sometimes be trapped under the ice. As you know, methane can explode under the right conditions.
Oh, yeah.
It can also asphyxiate you if you breathe in too much of it.
Very true. As a fellow miner, I can respect the dangers you face.
Ah, so you can relate. It's good to talk with someone who understands the challenges of the job. Not everyone does. If I might ask, what do you mine?
Ooh, what do we got here? A little of this, a little of that. Minerals mostly to be sold for industrial purposes. Actually, one time I mined a mysterious artifact that gave me visions. You know, at some point we do need to get back to the main storyline, don't we? I don't really want to talk about it. Nunya, as in Nunya business. You know what? I'll go with the minerals mostly.
Ah, I see. I can respect that. We used to do more traditional mining like that here, but it made much more sense to do it off-world, since
Fair.
it takes a lot more effort for less gain.
Okay.
We mostly export methane and other natural gases instead.
Right.
Anyway, I'm sure we could swap mining stories all day, but I really should be getting back to what I was doing soon.
Fair enough, Claudio. Fair enough. Pleasure talking with you.
Bye.
All right. Nothing too intriguing there. Just, you know, learning that they do ice mining and all. But kind of neat that they did used to do other minerals, but wasn't as profitable for them.
Enjoy your visit here.
All right, now we got Maurice over here. Yo. Hi, sir.
There are times I envy those who are able to travel like you. Hello there. Are you here to peruse our little museum exhibit?
I mean, I am, but I'm gonna tab out real quick
Take care.
because I would actually like to see
one
you,
thing to
sir.
learn about
Hi.
early
There we
Hello
go.
there. Are you
Yeah,
here?
I already did that. So, yes, just looking at some of the items in your collection.
Wonderful. These are all rare artifacts from before the collapse of Earth. There isn't much of this stuff left outside of private collections, but here we're happy to share a glimpse of them with the public. If you have any questions about the exhibit or New Homestead, I'm happy to answer as best as I can.
So, tell me more about the exhibit.
Of course, certainly. We have several items in our collection that we rotate in and out over time, but
Nifty.
they all originate from the same place, Earth.
Cool.
We have everything from toys to antique technology to sports memorabilia.
Now I see that basketball and
We
soccer ball back there.
even used to have an old Earth vehicle,
Oh.
but we had to sell it when we ran out of space for it.
Oh no, I would love to see
Most
that.
of our collection was donated by fellow Earth enthusiasts,
Earth
and
enthusiasts, you say?
historians who felt it belonged close to the homeland here in the Sol system.
Nifty. I like it. I like it. So, yeah, who are you and what do you do around here?
I am Maurice Leon, and I am the community elder. As the oldest living citizen at 96, my only job is to keep Earth history alive. I tell stories to the young people and the visitors from other worlds.
Cool, cool, cool.
Although my memory isn't what it used to be, I try my best to get the stories right.
Fair enough. All right. And yeah, everyone here has such interesting family names. What's the deal? I mean, we kind of already heard, but I'd like to hear a more in-depth answer from him, hopefully.
When our early colonists learned of Earth's demise, they decided to take on the names of their cities of origin as a way to remember their heritage.
Okay, neat.
Now, some may have been lost in translation over the years, and some may have taken it more seriously than others, but the names are mostly accurate.
Nice.
For instance, my family comes from the city of Lyon, in a country that was called France.
I love that city, by the way. It's just so great. Been there. It is delicious food, gorgeous city. Great views from on top of the one hill there. Ah, wonderful. I want to go back. So, could you tell me a story about Earth?
Sure, I'd love to. There was once a war so big that they say all of the world was involved. This was actually the second time it happened.
Yes, indeed.
They fought because a terrible man named Hitler rose to power and slaughtered many innocents. Millions were lost. Even the colony war pales in comparison.
Oh, yeah, considering the estimated population of humanity out here, colony wars were a little blip. What was the losses, like 30,000 on the UC side militarily, I think, is something I read somewhere. But hey, so he probably just is going to spew off a lot of Earth stories there. Fine, fair enough. Let's go to the next one. Can you tell me about how New Homestead came to be?
It's an interesting story. New Homestead began as a scientific research base called the Titan Astrobase, back when space travel was in its infancy. The hope was that humanity would be able to discover simple alien life here, given the moon's composition and water supply. When that ultimately failed, it was repurposed as a colony research base.
Nifty.
Where scientists and engineers studied how to build colonies on inhospitable worlds. Then, finally, when gravity drives were commonplace and we started finding Earth-like planets, New Homestead was born as a living history community to preserve that past.
I like it. All right, well, thank you, Maurice. I appreciate it.
Enjoy the rest of your stay in New Homestead.
I will, and now I want to go back to Lyon. I love that city.
Do you want to know what life was like for the early colonists? Starsap Tours was voted Best Historic Tour 3 years in a row.
I mean, aren't you the only tour here, though, from the looks of things? But hi, Bill.
Why, hello there! I'm Bill Starsap of Starsap Tours. Let me tell you, this place is full of history and interesting facts.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a living history
For instance,
museum.
Did you know that New Homestead was one of the first colonies established outside of Earth?
Yeah, I was just talking to Maurice.
It's been populated in some capacity for over 200 years.
Nifty. I'd love to know more about New Homestead. I'm not really interested in history. Of course, everyone knows. You know what? Yeah. I'm going to click that one. I'm intrigued to see what Bill'll say. Everyone knows that.
I knew you were a fellow history buff. Well, tell you what.
We've bonded.
You come along on one of my little tours, and I guarantee you'll learn something you didn't know before.
All right.
So what do you say? I've got an opening. I could take you on a tour right now if you'd like.
Let's do it. Yeah. It's an activity there. Okay, I'll go on a tour of New Homestead.
Excellent! You won't regret it. My
I may.
tours are one of a kind.
What's it going to cost me? I didn't think about
Now,
that.
there's just a matter of price. The going rate for a genuine Starsap tour is only 100 credits.
Yeah, I'd like to, but there's more I was hoping to spend.
Well, 100 credits is very reasonable, I think.
We haven't done persuasion in a bit because, of course, I wanted to shoot the people who we did our most recent persuasions against. So, yeah, I'm sure your tour is great, but you haven't really sold me on it.
That's okay.
Oh, dang.
This tour isn't for everyone, I know that, but my price is fair, and I think it's well worth the money. No one's forcing you to go on it.
You know, that's fair. I'll go with the 3 again. We got one more try after it. I could just go take a tour by myself, you know.
True.
That worked.
Hey, tell you what. I might be able to lower the price for you. Just let me think about it.
Kind of pulled a bait and switch on me.
I assure you it wasn't intentional. I really should have been upfront about the price. I thought maybe you saw one of the flyers.
No, I haven't seen no flyers, sir.
Maybe I could do something for you.
Wonderful.
Tell you what, I like you. This one's on the house, but if you enjoyed the tour, I'd really appreciate if you'd tell all your friends about me when it's done.
Okay.
So let's get this show on the road, eh?
I can work with that, Bill.
All right, so This is New Homestead's main concourse. This
How does music
underground
start?
area didn't exist when the original outpost, Titan Astro Base,
Uh-huh.
was finished in 2130.
Got it. Hold on a moment. First off, when did that weird music just started up for the tour? It's very strange, but there we go. Follow Bill.
Follow me. We'll come back here by the end of the tour.
It
and
seems
talk
to just
about
be
the
there.
museum collection.
Okay, wonderful.
But first, let's go see where people live.
Uh-huh.
Now remember, these people aren't actors. They actually live here, so try to be respectful of that.
I mean,
While
I
the
already haven't
original
been.
inhabitants of the Titan Astro Base lived in pods like you saw up above, they transitioned down here when this section of the base was finished in 2144.
Neat.
Space is extremely limited, so you'll notice some overflow here, but more residences also exist on lower levels, which are inaccessible to tours.
Aw, man, really?
I'll stop at each of our destinations if you want to look around, or if you have any questions for me.
No, I'm good. Keep going. Oh, speak with Bill.
Have any questions so far?
Aw, maybe? More detail. The overflow area looks cramped. What's with that? I mean, I'd still rather live in there than the suites. But I guess there's more lower down living areas that might be nicer, but interesting.
Sadly, it's difficult to get additional construction done inside these underground caverns. So for now, additional populations are housed in these stacks of old shipping crates. As you might expect, this is where some of the less wealthy can afford to live. It's not glamorous, but they are functional and cozy.
Okay. Tell me about how people lived before this was all built?
The original Titan Astro Base had more habitation pods on the surface connected to some of the old structures you may have seen in the back. As the colony grew, the base was expanded underground, and those hab units were recycled into materials used down here.
Got it. Okay. How many people live here?
I'm not sure the exact count, but New Homestead is a fairly small colony. What you see is what you get for the most part, except for some other people who live in the private lower levels.
God, I want to go to the private
Some,
lower levels.
particularly security, and yours truly, even commute from other worlds.
Wait, really? Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Well, what's next?
Alrighty, we'll be taking the residential elevator to the farms area on the surface level.
Got it.
This way, please. Let's leave these good people alone for now and go check out the farms.
Will do,
Following
Bill,
up the
will do.
elevator.
Alright, let's continue going. Man, yeah, I want to go to the lower levels.
The people here live a simple life.
I want to...
Try not to complicate it.
I will complicate everything, security. I will complicate everything. Well, yeah, man. Oh, boy, I want to see those nicer private places. And I was wondering about his name, since it's definitely not named after, like, a city. So, oh, and yeah, I'm cold again. Why does that seem broken in here?
See Dr. Lakota.
Yo, Bill!
New Homestead's farms are the beating heart of the colony.
Uh-huh.
Without them, the original outpost would have shriveled and died.
Too
These
true.
pods are sealed and climate controlled, a perfect environment for growing the hydroponic vegetation.
Not
needed
very
for
well climate controlled,
survival
apparently.
In the early days of the colony.
So many succulents.
Hello. Don't mind me.
Hi,
I'm
Mel.
talking with off.
We back? We back.
Any questions about the farms?
Well, are the farms still operational? I mean, yeah, clearly.
Oh, they are indeed. Colonists still cultivate plant-based food for their own consumption here in New Homestead. It's less vital to their survival these days, as they also import supplemental food from other colonies, including meats, dairy, and synthetics.
And chunks.
However, most citizens here take pride in a New Homestead-grown, sustainable diet.
So, what do they grow here?
These days, it's a mix of what you find elsewhere in the galaxy, but in the olden days, it was all brought over from Earth. It was a lot of hardy root vegetables like potatoes, carrots, beets, and such, supplemented with corn, peas, green beans, soy, etc., which didn't always grow as well.
And how's this different from anywhere else in the galaxy?
Good question. It's largely the same, because this was the colony that pioneered the techniques you see elsewhere.
You know, good point.
But you'll notice that the farms here are smaller and staffed by humans, not robots. Things here are a little more old-fashioned compared to some of the large factory farms you'll find elsewhere in the settled systems.
Got it. Well, let's roll.
On onward it is! We'll be stopping by the Brown Horse Tavern later in the tour, which uses many of these locally sourced ingredients in their cooking.
Lovely.
But for now, it's just a short way to our next stop. Follow me!
And what would that be?
So, the old biolabs are just on the other side of this building, believe it or not. We'll step on through the hallway there.
Got it.
They're not in use anymore, but the colony has faithfully recreated them as a historical exhibit.
Oh.
True to the original purpose of the Titan Astrobase.
All
Sadly,
right.
they're undergoing some light renovation. Otherwise, there'd be interactive activities for kids to learn about how they used to search for microbial life here.
Oh, this door that I couldn't
It's
get
a
through
little
before?
weird that people come here to see what early colony life
Oh, I was
like.
kind of wondering what was behind
me,
here. Sweet,
it's
are we
just
gonna
how we
finally go
live.
in, or no, we can't?
Feel free to look around, but don't touch.
Yeah, I did quiet you. Bill, are we? We're not gonna go through, huh? We don't seem to be
Pardon
going
the
through.
dust, but I can still answer some questions about the old Titan Astrobase biolabs.
I want to see them, not stand out here. What kind of life did they find here?
Funny you should ask. Sadly, none. See, NASA funded the Titan Astrobase project because conditions seemed ripe for primordial life to form in Titan's methane pools. They tested many different sites, performed deep core ice drilling, and more, yet nothing turned up.
Got it. So, what was it? What did they use these labs for after no life was found?
Well, NASA defunded the xenobiology program in 2132, but a scientist by the name of Catherine Neely proposed research into advanced colony building on inhospitable worlds. So, by 2135, work began on what would ultimately set us all up to create habitats anywhere humans dared to explore.
Lovely.
These very labs housed the computer systems used in that research. That and general storage for the colony. Lots of storage.
Well, I mean, you do need storage. So, you keep mentioning the Titan Astrobase. What is that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot to mention that. That's what this place was originally called. When NASA divested its interest in the Astrobase and turned it over to the people back in 2185, they renamed it New Homestead and established it as a historical site.
Nice. All right, well, let's keep going.
You got it. On to our next stop. Next, we'll be heading outside. So
Really?
make sure to check those seals on your suit because
Yeah, I'm good.
it's a bit chilly out there.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's Titan. It's definitely going to be chilly.
We're going out into the frozen wastes of Titan to see what powers this planet. Watch your step
wind.
outside, by the way. The ice can be slippery if you're not careful. The goal is to keep people out of Dr. Lakota's infirmary.
Yeah, she would not appreciate me getting hurt out here, or anyone for that matter. She does not like those tourists. All right, let's roll. What sort of suit did this guy have? Navigator suit, got it. Oh, so it went right through me. All right, and it's a lovely daytime thing now that we slept earlier.
Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes. Powering New Homestead. As you might imagine, generating energy was a real challenge back in the day because the technology was much more crude then.
Well,
But
yeah, older
crude
tech.
or not, it was that technology that sustained the old Astrobase. And it might surprise you to learn that the same technology is still working today.
Yeah, no, I learned that from her up there. I forgot her name. All right. I fixed those, in fact.
The interesting thing about this old colony is that it's mostly powered by clean, renewable energy. You'll see one of the methods used on the horizon up ahead. That's right, New Homestead's famous wind farms. This
I mean,
spot was chosen
smaller
for the
portion of it.
colony in part because of its constant winds.
Got it, got it. All right, keep it going here, Bill. Keep it going here, a little
These
faster.
turbines have been integral to the colony's function since its establishment as a cheap, mostly reliable source of electricity.
Mostly. Not always, though. I had to fix them earlier. All right, and there we go. That's a stopping point. Wait for it to say I can talk. Beautiful. All right, Bill, what you got about this?
So, let's talk about wind power, shall we?
All right. Do the turbines really power the entire colony?
Mostly. I'm sure you've noticed the occasional brownouts. guess these old machines have a habit of freezing up, what with all the ice out here.
Yeah, I helped out with that, though.
There's some methane on reserve for critical life support systems, but everything else here is otherwise powered by the units you see here.
Got it. Okay. And what's so interesting about wind power? Why is it part of the tour?
You're looking at a piece of history. Sure, wind power is used throughout the galaxy, but these people were able to make do with it for hundreds of years. It's impressive that was all they had back then, and still make it work to this day.
Mostly. All right. I didn't think Titan was all that windy.
You're right. Most surface wind on Titan isn't too terribly strong, but here, the altitude and other conditions are perfect for sustained wind power.
Got it.
Like many worlds with atmosphere, the higher you go, the windier it gets.
Well, let's keep rolling.
You're the boss. Let's go.
Where are we heading to now?
Moving right along, we're going to learn about Titan's great natural resources. Titan is rich with hydrocarbons like methane and ethane. Surely you saw huge pools of the stuff on your descent into New Homestead.
I did not.
I like to think they add to the natural beauty of this world. Though, of course, stay away from them because, like anything beautiful, they can be dangerous.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
Just
methane,
like
methane.
my last ex-wife's pet.
Say what now?
She had this gorgeous, I don't know what you'd call it, creature. The guy that sold it to her couldn't tell her what it was or where it was from.
Okay, I want to know about this pet.
Legal sell, to be honest. The thing was very easy on the eyes. Feathers, all the colors of the rainbow. Nasty bite, though. Wound up
Well, I
in
want
the
to see this
hospital
pet.
and almost lost my hand. Still not enough for her to get rid of the dang thing. Anyway, there's a reason she's my ex-wife. But enough about me. We were talking about methane and other resources, right?
Indeed we were, Bill. Indeed we were. All right, where's your stopping point? You stopped talking, so it's probably, yep, there we go. We're good.
Hey, can you believe it?
Oh, nope,
Back
it's on the
in
move again.
20th century on Earth, they used to fight wars over natural resources like this and petroleum. They had this whole moon here basically made of hydrocarbons in their own backyard. They just couldn't get to it. Incredible how far we've come.
Indeed, Bill, indeed.
New Homestead is home to one of the oldest and largest methane processing plants in the settled systems. Every year, UC engineers go through a painstaking, month-long maintenance process. It's how this place has remained operational as long as it has.
Got it.
I'm not going to take you too close to the machinery,
Probably for the best.
liability and all, but I can still answer questions.
Okay, and there's the talking bit. So, Bill, what you got now?
Fire away.
Well, let's see. And what do they do with all this methane? Well, export it mostly, I would say.
Exports mostly.
Yup.
Since this world is so methane rich and has the infrastructure for it, a lot of the UC's methane comes from Titan.
Neat.
Of course, new homesteaders use it themselves for everything from generating heat to turning it into breathable oxygen by a modern science.
Science. Okay, and wait, how do they turn methane into oxygen?
Oh, no one's ever asked me that before. Something to do with methane-eating microbes, I believe? I honestly don't know. Sorry.
You should probably look that up, Bill. You should probably look that up. You know, you got to be on your toes for being a tour guide. Glad I didn't pay you. How can they shut the plant down for maintenance if people rely on it to live?
Ah, it's not as if they shut down for a month. It's not shut down at all, actually. See, this place is built with redundant systems, so they can shut it down piece by piece and suffer only a reduction in throughput.
Got it.
During that time, the UC gets more of its resources from other places, allowing New Homestead to maintain what it needs.
All right, well, let's continue.
Okie dokie, artichokey. There will be time for more later anyway. So, this next stop is a bit of an interesting one. I only recently made it part of the tour.
Oh, did you now?
Fun fact, it's also the only natural landmark on the tour.
Oh.
What we're about to see is a glacial spire we affectionately call Ymir's Horn.
Oh, is it that?
This Colis used to be named after a character in a popular fantasy novel, but it was changed a couple hundred years ago to avoid any potential litigation. Now, what's a Colis, you might say? Colis derives from the Latin word for hill, and scientists only gave names to groups of hills on a planet's surface. So in reality, the term you hear more often is the plural, colis, with an E. You probably don't hear it very often where you're from, because it was usually a term reserved for unexplored planets, back when they didn't have the technology to describe what they were seeing firsthand.
Okay, fair enough.
Because of that, the term is much more common in the Sol system, but you may still hear it occasionally in reference to uncharted worlds.
Oh, nifty.
This planet's full of them, though, and they like to preserve that history here.
Got it. Okay. We're getting to the talking bit. Yep, here we go. And chat. So, Bill, what you got for me now?
Here it is, Ymir's Horn. You're free to take a closer look if you like.
No, I'm good from here. So, how did this Colis form?
I've heard this particular formation was caused by an ancient volcano. Something about steam and wind, then worn down over time. But I'm not 100% sure.
Dude, you're the tour guide, man. You should know these things. And Ymir, who's that?
According to ancient Norse mythology, Ymir was the first Jotun, a frost giant. In the legend, they were both male and female and gave birth to the progenitors of all giants from their armpits. Ymir even predated the Norse gods, who, as it turns out, killed Ymir to fashion the earth and all of humanity from the corpse.
Good times.
It's a fascinating story, and the horn here is a fitting tribute to it.
Okay, and that's all here.
Excellent. On to the next stop, then.
Where are we heading?
So, we're gonna head back inside, through the methane processing plant.
Oh, yeah, we've been here before.
Try not to touch anything on your way.
I mean, I will touch everything.
Dr. Lakota's wishes to be safer around here. That brings me to another point. You'll notice the people around here have last names related to where their families originated from on Earth, as a way to remember the past. The museum curator, Maurice Leon, has more information about that if you're interested. You can find him inside the main concourse.
Already chatted with him.
Talking about it.
He does seem to. Good guy, I like him.
Most of the locals here are very friendly to tourists like yourself.
Except for the doctor.
Tourism is a major draw to this colony these days, and I respect that. Most of them are happy to talk at length about what they do here. Their rugged lifestyle is a point of pride for a lot of these folks.
Okay. All right, go quicker. Boy, how long is this tour, actually? This is going to be a long episode today. I figured the tour would just be inside. But, nope. Headed outside, too. All right, let's roll on in. Okay, waiting for Bill. There we go. And cycling. Yeah, it's going to be a long episode. It might even be an hour long with how it's going so far. All right, Bill, keep it moving. Keep it moving, buddy. You stopped. Oh, there we go. Also, where does Bill commute from? I'm intrigued by when he brought that up.
This area we're walking through is the nerve center of the plant, where technicians keep an eye on the operation.
And I scare people in a monster
Since
suit.
methane production is such an important part of the colony's livelihood, it's important that the techs notice any issues and react to them quickly. Anyway, we're headed into the ice mines. It's a natural spring where water bubbles up from deep below, but due to the cold, it keeps freezing as it reaches the surface.
Got it. All right, let's roll. Back into New Homestead. Thankfully, we're pretty close to the mines right here. Before we're heading back in, because yeah, this tour is a lot longer than I expected it would be. All right,
You're
well,
welcome
Bill.
to keep your suit on if you'd like. As you might expect from a place called the ice mines, it can get a little chilly.
Nah, I'm good.
It takes miners working daily to clear the ice, melt it down, and keep the water flowing.
Gotta have that water. And, use it for air too. Gotta make sure you continue living. So yeah, a lot of the people we've chatted with today, we could have, stopped at each point of the tour to chat with them, then it would appear. That's really how they were probably meaning you to find all these people, but of course I ran around myself. So, Bill, what you got for me here? There we go. There's the talk. Tell me about the mines.
What else can I tell you about the ice mines?
I don't know. What can you? Is this where all New Homestead's water comes from?
Not all. Some water is created as a byproduct of methane processing, but that's usually saved in the emergency reserves.
Got it. And why not heat this area like the rest of the colony?
Good question. I believe it has something to do with not wanting to contaminate the water with methane and other chemicals.
Okay.
The ice helps prevent impurities in the water. At least this is what I've been told.
Okay. And I'm thirsty. Can I drink straight from the source?
I wouldn't recommend it. First, it's an active work site. Second, it still needs to be filtered and checked for contaminants.
Got it.
But don't worry, we'll stop somewhere for refreshments before the tour is over.
I'm assuming actually that's probably the next stop, because the only thing I can think we have left to do is the tavern, but I'm good to go.
Sounds good. Let's keep going then.
Right, Bill.
We have just one more stop before we're done with the tour.
Figured.
And it just happens to be my favorite. This
the
colony
tavern?
is home to the longest-running establishment still in existence, the Brown Horse Tavern.
Yay!
The Brown Horse started as a simple mess hall for the scientists and workers when the underground was built, but it's been operated by the same family ever since. Now, what's a horse, you might say? They were a large four-legged animal on Earth, often used for transportation or manual labor.
Get it?
Long before space travel was even a dream for the folks of Earth, even before antique machines like automobiles were possible, horses could be found everywhere. You might have seen them in old movies or read about them somewhere.
I certainly
if
have.
Not, I highly recommend looking into them sometime. They're beautiful animals. The tavern's original owner was infatuated with them, from what I understand, and named the place in their honor.
Got it.
The
Cool.
moniker, Brown Horse Tavern, is also a throwback to names of similar Earth restaurants hundreds of years before it was established.
All right. Thank you for that, Bill. Thank you. And speak. What you got for me now, Bill? Final bit of the tour.
That delicious smell is making me hungry.
I'm actually a little
Can
hungry
I
right
answer anything about the Brown Horse?
Oh, let's see what you got. How could this possibly be the oldest restaurant in the settled systems? Well, I mean, Earth is gone.
Easy. All the other ones fell to ruin when we abandoned Earth.
Yeah, exactly.
There were technically older ones on Mars, but those have long since shuttered or been replaced.
Oh, I didn't think about Mars, but good point. Yeah, this is the only one still active. Any menu recommendations?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I honestly love everything Anya serves here. I'd be doing her a disservice to recommend one dish over another.
Uh-huh.
You want the real answer? Order one of everything.
I'm good. Though I am hungry right now. Hey, what can you tell me about the owner?
Anya Seattle is the current owner of the Brown Horse. It's been in the Seattle family for generations. But Anya will be able to tell you more herself. Feel free to ask her. It
Already
doesn't
did.
feel right coming from me when she's standing right over there.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, that's apparently it. So I think I'm good.
Okay, then. All right, we're headed to the last stop.
Oh.
Right back where we began.
Ah, okay. I was about to say, it's like I
Feel
thought
free
that
to
was the
check
last
out
stop.
the museum exhibit in the main concourse here.
Yeah, I'm good. I
These
already looked through it.
displays are full of rare Earth trinkets salvaged from before humanity left.
Did you know the
And
museum
Maurice
here
is
is full of
happy
old
to
Earth
talk about the
artifacts?
collection.
Cool, huh?
The museum's curator, Maurice, will be happy to talk to you if you want to know more.
You already did. Bill, what you got for ending it up?
Well, that's that. I hope you enjoyed Starsap Tours as much as I enjoy giving them.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. So, no. It was very educational, thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for coming along. Remember to tell your friends all about it.
I won't.
Take care.
Okay, so there we go. We did our tour, and boy, we're at just almost an hour mark. So let's go see if we can finish up this real quick. Nope, not yet. All right, we're gonna sleep for a while. I'll use her cot here. Let's sleep for like, yeah, just do a whole day. Do a whole day. There we go. Which is 381 hours out in the wider universe. Ugh. I honestly don't like how they do that, but Okay, okay. Well, let's do that, and hopefully it doesn't have to be a couple of actual days. I think I rested for like 12 hours last time, and that's how we were able to get the second go at that monster quest. But let's do a full 24 this time to be on the safe side of things, and yeah, see if we can get the final one of that, and then that will be it for New Homestead, and next episode we'll be back out in the wider galaxy. Still don't know what I want to do. Might go back to Mars and do some of those, or we might head somewhere entirely new. I haven't decided yet. But for now, let's get ourselves a fancy monster costume.
It's time to put on the monster costume again.
Perfect.
What do you say?
I say let's do this, Juliana.
Whatever you did last time with the monster costume worked out well.
Did it?
But there's still some more tours. Care to give it another try?
I mean, sure. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I think it's about time to try this again. If we keep it up, word is bound to get around about the monster of Titan.
I still think it's going
to
end up getting more.
And go scare them right now?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, we already had that question before. Yeah, sure.
Why not? Just be careful out there. I don't want to see you wind up in my clinic.
Yeah. I'll be fine. I've got med packs. All right. Well, nope, that's guns. There we go. And away we go. Ooh, oh wait, no, I've got to actually set it. There we go. We're still on the demo shipyard one. Whoop, perfect. And let me guess, back over, yes, that way to the methane processing area. Got it. Well, at least I do know what that area is now. Before, I just figured it was some random control room, but it's for the methane processing. See, it was worth taking that tour. Dear God, it was long though. I didn't expect us to head outside and everything too with that. But still, I thought it was well worth it. A lot of the information, though, we had already heard. Oh, we're already close enough to the tourists that they're running from it. Yep. Just like last time. We didn't even have to go out to them. Perfect. You know, the first time we actually had to go out to the people. But I guess they spawned just too close. Oh, wonderful. But yeah, a lot of the stuff on that tour we had already learned because I did manually go around and talk with all these people. But good times. Let's turn this in after the quickest scare ever.
Don't be afraid to do whatever you can to make that monster feel extra convincing. Just don't hurt anyone.
Well, I was already done, so hey.
If you take one of those stupid tours, make sure to follow the rules.
Yeah, I did, Juliana. Hey, I scared off those tours for you.
Oh, I'm glad it worked.
I'm surprised.
Thanks for indulging me with my weird ideas.
Yeah, they were real weird.
Oh, I managed to find another costume for you to keep. I'll hold on to the old one in case we still need it. Come back anytime. Oh my God, is that just like a repeatable thing you can do now? Well, we've finished with it though, and we now have... Oh, it removed the one we were wearing, and we got the new one. Oh, okay. Is the same? Looks the same. Okay, put back on my normal gear. And I will go put that into the lodge, and I'll never deal with it again, most likely. But, yeah, this was a super long, hour-long episode. Thank God I had more time today, so it's not a problem. And, in the next episode, we will head off of Titan and roll from there. Hopefully you'll have enjoyed this one today, and you do come back for whatever is next. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, well, have a good one.